Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to another Ielts journey with Fabi. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh my god, 1 second. Sorry about that. And it's never just one sneeze. It's always like 10 of them. Sorry about that, guys. So, welcome to another Ielts journey with Fabi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fabi. I'm an IELTS expert here in Brisbane, Australia. And I help people prove their English level so they can apply for opportunities abroad, live abroad, work abroad, study abroad, do anything abroad. If you want to do anything abroad, you have to take the IELTS test and prove your English level. All right. So, before I start, once again, I would like to invite you to my event, IELTS Booster. IELTS Booster is going to happen on the 18th, 20th, and 22nd of August. So it's going to be 3 classes, all right? And it's free to join and it's online. So anyone can join. If you're watching me on YouTube, the link will be in the description. If you're watching me on Instagram, if you just type join in the comments, you will receive a link from me where you can join, okay? And basically, what we're going to do in this workshop is I will share some of the mistakes my students make and how you can fix them. That's one of the things I'm going to share. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my method. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to explain how the IELTS test works. I'm going to give you some strategies for all the parts of the test. For speaking, reading, listening, for grammar, vocabulary, everything. So it's 3 classes and it's packed with good stuff just for you. All right. Because my job here is to tell you about the IELTS test and help you achieve your dreams. All right. So today we are going to talk about whether it's too late for you. Okay. Uh, Lots of people, when they reach 30, they become quite worried and they go, oh, and they go, oh, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I can't do anything anymore. I can't achieve my dreams. But no, guys, you can achieve your dreams, okay? So, Paola has a message here. Hi, Fabi. Hope you're okay. I want to know about the schedule of the workshops. I live in Colombia, so I need to check my time to assist. Uh, this is very important to me. That's awesome, Paola. That's a great question. Okay, so guys, the lessons will be available on. Let me get my calendar here. Okay, so yeah, so on the 18th of August, okay, at 8 p.m. Brisbane time, Australia. Okay, Brisbane, Australia. So remember, I'm in the future, okay? It's already Wednesday morning in Brisbane. So if you guys are in South America, it's Tuesday afternoon or evening. Is that correct, Paola? So I will send the schedule to you. Paola, are you in the WhatsApp group? If you are in the WhatsApp group, you can send me a message in the WhatsApp, okay? And I will send you, because I have a little schedule. I'm going to ask my team to send the schedule to the groups also, just so you know the times, okay? But I'm just going to explain a little bit to you. So, the lessons will be available at 8 p.m. Brisbane time on Monday night. So it's probably going to be Monday morning for you. Cool, Paola. Yeah, so you're in the WhatsApp group. Amazing. So you're getting all the notifications. That's awesome. So just go ahead then, and if you can find, I think it's easy to find my number there. Just send me a message and say, "Hey, Fabi, Paola here. Can you send me the schedule?" Okay. And so yeah, so it's gonna be 8 p.m. Brisbane time. Cool. So it's probably, if you are in the Americas, it's Monday night for me, Monday morning for you. Okay. I know Brazil's time very well because my family's there. All right. So it's 7 a.m. All right. So just keep in mind is in the morning, but the lessons will be available for 1 week. So if you can't watch it straight away, you can watch it later. Okay, Paola? You can watch it later. All right. So don't worry if you are not free at the time the lesson is made available. Okay. But my recommendation is watch it as soon as you can because then you can ask me questions. All right. Goody, goody. So, yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice, nice. All right. Goody, goody. Cool. So, and guys, if you have any other questions, keep asking questions. Okay. Keep asking the questions. Nice. All right. So, okay, so we're talking about today. So we're gonna talk about the fact that it's never too late. Okay, guys, it's never ever too late just to try to achieve your dreams. Never, ever, ever. Okay, so there's always time. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Okay. And I kind of have an idea of how old you guys are because on my Instagram, it shows me. Okay. And I know that, Paola, I just got a message from you here. I'll reply to you later, Paola. Okay. Thank you for your message. Thank you. Cool. All right. So, okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I know your age. Okay, guys, so I know that some of you are around 30, even 40. Okay, I have been helping some people who are over 40 and they are ready to achieve their dreams. Okay, and lots of people also when they are young, maybe they don't have the dream of living abroad, studying abroad, but then when they get married and they have kids, they think, huh, maybe I would like my children to live in a different country. Okay. Or I always had this dream, and now that I have kids, I can't do it. Not really. Maybe you can do it. Maybe you can do it. Oh my God, how many people? Let me think. Fernanda, Federica, Jimena. Guys, so many people. I know over 40 who have managed to achieve their dreams in Australia. In Australia, yes. I'm helping another person who's over 40 to go to Canada. Okay. So, again, today, so we're just going to talk, I'm just going to talk about some of my students and what they have done. All right. And I'm going to show you. Um, uh, there's a message here on YouTube. It's in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish very well, but I think it says if I have classes to help you prepare for the IELTS. Is that correct, Fiamma? Tell me if it's correct, Fiamma. if I have if I have classes to help you for the IELTS test, just confirm that with me and I'll give you an answer, please. Yes, guys, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. But I can understand it, but sometimes I can't. And just confirm. Is that what you asked? So, Fiamma, just confirm, please, if you are asking me if I have classes to help with the IELTS test. Okay, just confirm, please. All right, guys. So let me tell you a little bit about this. Okay, so there are, of course, some types of visa, especially here in Australia, where there is an age limit. Okay, so I know that work holiday visa has an age limit, maybe even a student visa, depending on what you want to study. Maybe there is age limit. Okay, so it doesn't matter your age. Okay, the younger the better, of course. But if you're in your 30s, there's still a lot of time to achieve your goals. Okay, guys, a lot of time. Okay, I did my IELTS test, I think I was 30. when I did my IELTS test. But I moved to Australia when I was 27. So I did my test when I was 30. Okay. And I got my residency, I was about 31. So that was quite young. Yes, it's very young. 30 is very young. Okay. Very young. Okay, guys. And so, and one thing is, but I help people who are in their 20s also. But what happens, what I see a lot is people are in their own countries, they finish high school, they go to university, and then after they go to university, they start working and they are very happy. But then after maybe 5 or 6 years, when you hit your 30s, that's when maybe you start questioning and you go, I think there are opportunities abroad. I think there are other things I could be doing. Okay. And that's when people start to think about going abroad. Some people are single, right? Which makes things much easier. They're single, they can come here, they can come anytime they want, and they can do whatever they want. They can go anywhere they want. They want to study, they want to apply for sponsorship. Okay. However, some people, when they are in their 30s, okay, when they're in their 30s, what happens is they can also have kids and be married. So maybe they're married and then they go and they start to, and they have kids and they start to think about the future of their family. And 50% of the people that I help have kids. Okay. And they want to just take their family to another country to either have the experience, just having the experience, or they just want their kids to have a better life. Okay. And again, I was just talking to my sisters, they're in Brazil. I have one brother in the United States. I'm here in Australia, and my two sisters are in Brazil. And they have kids, right? They have kids. And they're saying, like they're very happy there. They don't want to move abroad. And they're very happy with the situation they're at in Brazil at the moment. But a lot of people think that that's not enough for them. Maybe they're not very happy with their job, or maybe they have been doing that job for a long time, and it's never too late to change, guys. Never, ever, ever. And sometimes things happen in our lives, and we are kind of pushed to change. All right. And that happens quite often. There's a comment here. Hey, teacher, how are you doing? IELTS is required for people who want to live in Australia. Yes, Ronaldo. 100% Ronaldo. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'm helping a lot of people. Uh, when I applied for my residency, I needed to do the IELTS test. Yes. Okay. And yeah, for residency, if you want to come here as a student, depending on the course you want to do, you have to take the IELTS test. If you come here to study English, I don't think so. But if you come here to go to university, yes. Okay. If you want, and then let's say that you want to study here, and then you take the IELTS test and you study, and then you have to take the IELTS test for your next visa. Because remember, guys, countries, okay, so Australia, Canada, UK, the USA, they need to know that they want to know your English level. So based on your English level, they will allow you to do certain things. Okay, so you need to prove your English. That's why I help people prove their English level so they can apply for opportunities abroad. Okay, yes. And even, I think I told you, I have lots of students who are going to study in Europe. And guess what? The lessons there will be in English. So I have students going to Germany, Italy, Spain, and their classes will be in English. And they have to do the IELTS test to prove their English level, to prove that they will be able to understand the classes in English. All right. So, yeah. And how old do you have to be to do that? I don't know. But I think that if you're 30, maybe you can still do it. You can still do it. Okay, guys, you can still do it. So that's why I'm here today. Okay. I don't know if you know, but I'm 42. I'm 42. And I'm studying right now. I'm doing another course, you know? And if something happens and I have to change what I do, I'm happy to do it. Okay? So that's why I'm here today, guys, just to tell you, that yes, there's still time to do everything. Okay? So, I'm just going to give you some examples. I have a student, she has her family here and she decided to come here to study, and she has become a chef, so she's studying cookery here. So she's a chef and she's applying for a sponsor now, and all of her kids are here and they're loving Australia, absolutely loving Australia. And she's my age, she's 42. All right. Yeah, so she's here with her husband and everybody, and she's 42. So is it late? I don't think so. Okay. I have another student. She's in Mexico at the moment. She's also 42 and she's going to Mexico to work. She already has a job there. The only thing missing is the Ielts test. And she's 42 and she's very excited. And she said, I'm going to go there. Her kids are about 15, 20. Yeah. Her kids are teenagers. And she said, I'm going to go see how I go. And then I'll probably bring my children later, which is very common. Okay, guys, very, very common. So don't think you're too old. It's never too late to start. Ever, 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 ever. Okay. If you have any doubts, send me a message. Tell me your situation. Okay. Or share, if you're comfortable sharing right now, you can share your situation right now and say, oh, Fabi, I feel old. You shouldn't, guys. You shouldn't feel old. Of course, I'm not sure about Canada, but in Australia, there are some types of visa where there is an age limit. So I think you should be careful with that and aware of it. And I know that in Australia, depending on your age, it becomes more difficult. Okay. However, it's still possible. It's still possible. All right. So just keep this in mind, okay, guys, when you are thinking about your dreams, okay? It's never too late to start. Ever, ever, ever. Never, ever too late. Okay. Uh, then let me see. Okay, yeah. So I have some questions for you. Okay. So um let's think about it. Okay. What has been stopping you from starting? If you're comfortable, you can type in the comments. What is something that has been stopping you guys? Why you think you can't? And again, remember, the IELTS test is a step into your dreams. So let's talk about your dreams, okay? So what's stopping you from moving abroad? What's stopping you from studying abroad? What's stopping you from living abroad? What is that? Okay. Some people say, oh, it's time. I don't have time. Some people say it's money. And some people say I'm too old. I'm here to tell you that no, you are not too old. If you think you're too old, your job is to go online and check. I want to study in Australia and I'm 37. Can I do it? Check it. I'm 35 and I want a work holiday visa in Australia. Can I do it? Okay. So just check that, because maybe you are something is stopping you from doing that when actually it shouldn't be. Age should not be a problem. Okay. And sometimes we tell each other some stories, right? And a very common story is, I'm too old. I'm too old. And you're not too old. You're never too old to do anything that you want to do. That's how I feel, at least. Okay, that's how I feel. And I see a lot of people, true, doing so many awesome things. Okay. And sometimes people had kids when they were very young, and they had to take care of the kids, and life starts after 30. All right. Or maybe some people, in your 20s, maybe you didn't think about it in your 20s. Me, I was actually talking to a cousin yesterday. She was telling me about her kids and how her kids love English and how her kids want to learn Chinese. And she said, "Oh my God, it's so interesting because they're kids and they already want to do it." And I said to her, "Look, I was like that when I was a child. I've always wanted to learn English. I've always wanted to move abroad. But that was me. But some people, they just get this desire later in life. And that's completely fine. And that doesn't mean that they can do it just because they had the idea later in life. You know, you can always do it, guys. Okay. And I'm here to help. If you're here with me, it's because you really want to do it. Okay. I'm just here to give you that extra push. Okay. Just that extra push. And another push that I'm giving you is preparing the workshop for you. That's my extra push. I am preparing the workshop for you. Okay. So once again, the workshop IELTS Booster is going to happen. It's going to start next Monday. Did you get the message? 7 days to go, huh? Next Monday. And there will be 3 classes, 18th, 20th, and 22nd of August. Okay. It's free. It's online. All right. And to join, if you're watching me on YouTube, the link will be in the description. If you're watching me on Instagram, just type join in the comments and I will send you the link for the workshop. All right. Okay. So that's my way of helping you achieve your dreams. All right, guys. Cool. So, what else do I have here? I'm checking my notes. Da 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 da. What do I have to say to you? Yeah. I think I skipped a few sections. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions for me, guys? Any more questions for me? So yeah. So yes. So I Fiamma never confirmed, but Fiamma, I think she asked me if I have I think she asked me if I have live classes to prepare for the IELTS test. Yes, Fiamma. So in my course, IELTS with Fabi, okay, I'll tell you more about the course next week. Okay, guys, in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to open enrollment soon. Okay, so yes, so in my course, IELTS with Fabi, it's a combination of pre-recorded lessons and live lessons. So actually, this week we had a live lesson. I had a live lesson with my students, and we did listening. So we did listening parts 3 and 4. So yeah, so the listening. So some of my students were struggling with listening, so I decided to have a lesson for listening. And parts 3 and 4 of the listening test are the tricky ones. So we did it together. So I helped them check their we worked on strategies. So we looked at the test before, we worked with strategies, and then we listened and we checked the answers and we confirmed the answers and we discussed the answers. So that's what we did. So in my course, we have live lessons and we also have pre-recorded lessons. Okay, so if there was a Fiamma's question. All right, okay. Any other questions for me? No more questions? No. Okay, so I'm just gonna close it a little bit. Okay, so today we talked about the fact that, guys, it's never too late to start your IELTS journey. And remember, when you start your IELTS journey, you start going towards your dream. If you're here with me, you have a special dream. And your dream is probably studying abroad, working abroad, or living abroad. If you're here with me, that's what you want, isn't it? And in addition to that, you want a better job. You want a better life for your family. You want more opportunities. Okay. So if you're here with me, that's what you want. If you think you're too old for this, you are not. As I said before, I have been helping so many people over 40, even over 40, achieve their dreams of living in Australia, working in Australia. Okay. I've been helping a lot of people. If you're in your 30s, maybe you have more opportunities. Yes. But you still have so many opportunities. Don't think that it's just because you turn 30 that you can't achieve your dreams anymore, that you have to change your dreams or give up a few things. You can't, you don't have to. You really, really don't have to. Okay. So it's 45. Wow, Saul. And what is your dream, Saul? Tell me. What is your dream? So it's 45. I'm 42. Yeah, I was born in 83. Yeah, my birthday was a month ago now. A month ago. Oh my God, 42, huh? Tell me your dream, Saul. I really want to know your dream. Really do. Okay. So, guys, so I'm just going to wait for Saul. Living abroad. Could you have a country in mind, Saul? What is your country? Where would you like to live abroad? Tell me, tell me. I'm so curious. My dream was actually to live in the UK. Okay. My dream was actually live in the UK. And then it was too expensive. So I changed to the United States. And then I was an au pair in the US. Yeah. Michael is 42. You're same as me, Michael. You're 42. Michael, tell me, what's your dream, Michael? Tell me, tell me. Live in Aus- you were here in Australia. Saul, what did you think? Ha. I know what happened to Saul. Saul came here to visit and then she wants to come again. That's what usually happens. People come to Australia and they go, "Oh my god, I love this place. I have to live here." And then people come. That happens very often. So, not only with you. I have lots of friends who are like that. Paola's 36, Paola. So, what is your dream, Paola? So is agreeing with me. Of course, people come to Australia and they want to stay. That's what happened to me. I came here to study for 6 months and I've been here for 14 years. Long time. Yeah, I sure you miss Australia. Yeah. Paola wants to live in the UK. That's awesome, Paola. That's so cool. Yeah. So I moved to Australia in 2011, but from 2014 to 15, I spent 1 year in Brazil with my family. And in this year, I was working in Brazil, spending time with my family, but my head was still in Australia. I was like, okay, I'm going back. And then I came back. Okay, so Paula wants to live in the UK. That's awesome. Michael says, I would like to learn English level C1. Cool, Michael. Yeah. So, again, Michael, so maybe studying for the IELTS test is a great way because when you reach your 7, you know you are advanced. Okay, Michael. So I think that studying for the IELTS test is a great idea for you because then you really know where you are. Okay. And that's one of the reasons I like exams, also, guys. I was actually talking to some teachers yesterday, and I love teaching exams. IELTS is my favorite exam, of course, but I've taught Cambridge, I've taught all the other exams. And I think that when we are dealing with exams, we learn English and we can really see our progress, right? And how we improve. Okay, and how we improve. Okay, that's awesome, guys. Anybody else would like to know how say how old they are and what their dream is? Did you go to my Instagram yesterday? I was asking you guys what their dream was. I got so many replies. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share some other replies with you guys. Yeah, cool. There was actually some people who said that I would like to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. That's my dream. I was like, wow, so deep, so deep. Okay, and that's why I'm here, guys. I'm really pro going for your dreams. It's a goal, yes, Michael. Of course, it's one goal. Of course, yes. We all need goals. Hmm. Yeah, we all need goals. All right, guys. So, once again, make sure you join the workshop, IELTS Booster. If you have your dream, that's your next step. I'm here to help you with your next step. Okay. So, to join the workshop, if you're watching me on YouTube, please, there will be a link in the description. If you're watching me on Instagram, if you type join in the comments, you receive a message from me with a link that you can click on and you can join the workshop. First lesson, 18th of August, second, 20th, and the last lesson, my favorite, 22nd of August. Okay, guys. So if you're ready to achieve your dreams, go ahead. All right. And again, I'm going to go now, but I'll be back tomorrow with more for you. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is via Instagram. So just send me a direct message on Instagram, Fabi_English. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.